You know, I've been meaning to make a video about power creep in competitive Pokemon for a few years now, and I just never got around to it. But now might be a pretty good time to bring up that topic again. Is Mega Zygarde the first example of a legendary Pokemon getting a broken new form? No, not even close. As a matter of fact, it was over a decade ago that we got Mega Rayquaza, a Pokemon who was so broken that in Smogon singles, it caused a brand new tier to be created called Anything Goes, where, well, anything goes. Only in this tier could one reasonably allow Mega Rayquaza. I'd be wrong not to mention that soon after this, Mega Rayquaza won the 2016 Pokemon World Championships after so many players had initially written it off in VGC. But is Mega Zygarde the same caliber of brokenness that Mega Rayquaza boasts in competitive Pokemon? Well, that's what I want to discuss today. Like, subscribe, check out the Patreon, become a YouTube channel member, hype the video, all that. I don't know, let's just start. Okay, so Mega Zygarde, a Pokemon with 778 base stat total. That's only 2 less points than Mega Rayquaza, and mind you, this is because someone at Game Freak realized that giving Mega Zygarde complete 100 extra points upon Mega Evolving is undoubtedly a bad idea, and opted to just give it an additional 70 instead. Despite this little fun fact, I think that the thing that Mega Zygarde has fueling its absurd power level is just numbers. Sheer numbers. Mega Rayquaza will be able to hold an item and Mega Evolve despite that, but Mega Zygarde just has really big numbers backing it up. Unironically, we're using the "I don't know, that's a lot of lions" argument. With a stat spread of 216 HP, 70 attack, 91 defense, 216 special attack, 85 special defense, and 100 speed, Mega Zygarde just has too many stats. I had someone comment on my ranking Megas video that Mega Zygarde didn't have good bulk, and I had to do a double take because I genuinely refused to believe that somebody saw 216 HP, 91 defense, and 85 special defense and said to themselves, "No, that isn't that bulky." That's like saying Blissey isn't bulky. The actual defenses aren't anything to write home about, but an HP stat that high means that Zygarde's going to be able to tank effectively any attack once. For reference, Zygarde can guaranteed live Jolly Mamoswine Icicle Crash with just 12 HP and 252 defense. Some of you might be saying, oh, you need to max out the defense to live Icicle Crash? Well, first of all, Daniel, Mamoswine is an ice type with 130 base attack using a 4 times effective move on Zygarde. The fact that it can live that hit just by investing its EVs in it and not through setting up a Reflect or Intimidate is an insane feat. And second of all, Mega Zygarde straight up doesn't need to invest in its special attack stat. Its special attack being 216 means that uninvested, its special attack stat is still 4 points higher than Deoxys attack with a maxed out investment. And above all else, it doesn't need to invest in its special attack stat because of its absolutely broken new signature move, Nihilite.
This channel is partnered with Gamersupps. If you want to support my work and get great tasting drinks, you can order Gamersupps through my link in the description down below or with code Moxie boosted at checkout for 10% off. Gamersupps is a caffeinated product that I recommend only to my 18+ viewers, but my link will send you to their caffeine-free product section just in case. Every product purchased through my link supports my channel financially, so I'd really appreciate the support. Now back to the video.
Zygarde has always been a Pokemon with an absurd number of signature moves. It's had 1000 Waves, 1000 Arrows, Land's Wrath, and of course, Core Enforcer. Core Enforcer had always been the odd one out, not only because it's the only Dragon-type signature move that it has, but also because it's a special attack. Zygarde would never run Core Enforcer because it has a pretty low special attack stat. In its 10% form, it has a measly 61 base special attack, in its 50% form, it has an 81 base special attack stat, and in its 100% form, a form that requires you to thread the needle and get Zygarde below 50% HP without getting KO'd, it has only 91 special attack. For reference, that's the same amount of special attack as Turtonator, a pretty low tier dragon Pokemon. But once Zygarde Mega Evolves, it does finally get access to a massive 216 base special attack stat to use Core Enforcer with. That is, if it had Core Enforcer. Nope. Once it Mega Evolves, Zygarde loses access to Core Enforcer because the attack becomes its brand new 5th signature move called Nihilite. This is a, are you ready for this? A 200 base power special dragon type attack. That would already be an insane move on its own. For reference, the highest base power special attack is Eternabeam, another dragon type attack that has 160 base power and requires Eternatus to recharge the turn after it's used. However, Nihilite has no drawback like that. As a matter of fact, it only has benefits, to the point that it's objectively the best move in the game. There's no argument here. Nihilite ignores any stat changes the opponent may have had, and even has the ability to damage Fairy-type Pokemon, which are normally immune to Dragon moves. A Dragon move that hits Fairies. You know, the type explicitly added to Generation 6 and beyond to balance Dragon-type Pokemon. Yeah, sure man, like who even cares anymore? Even without this huge bonus to the move, a 200 base power Dragon-type move with no drawbacks is already an absurd concept. The single strongest move in the game is Explosion, which is a normal type physical attack that has 250 base power and KOs the user. Since it's a normal type move, it can never be super effective on any Pokemon naturally, and the only Pokemon that can boost the power of this move from stab are Licky and Silvally, who don't actually have very high attack stats. Meanwhile, they gave a 200 base power Dragon type move to a Dragon type with 216 base special attack. After stab, that's a 300 power move, which is notably much stronger than Explosion. For reference, an uninvested Nihilite from Mega Zygarde is dealing 122 to 145% to fast Xerneas. That move shouldn't even be able to hit Xerneas in the first place, and you're telling me that it's one-shotting it? No way. This move, of course, doesn't come without some kind of cost. Mega Zygarde is unique in that it's not a Mega Pokemon that you can send out and use right off the bat. You can't just lead Zygarde, Mega Evolve it, click Nihilite, and shake your opponent's hand. As a matter of fact, Mega Zygarde is a bit of a misnomer. It should be called Mega Zygarde Complete, because in order to Mega Evolve your Zygarde, you have to run a Power Construct Zygarde and have it hit below 50% HP without fainting. Then Mega Evolve it on the following turn once it's in its complete form. On top of that, your Zygarde is basically guaranteed to deal practically no damage until it Mega Evolves, due to the fact that you have to run a special attacking set with Core Enforcer and Earth Power off of Zygarde 50%'s base 81 special attack stat. So how viable is Mega Zygarde really? Well, it's certainly not impossible to get going. As a matter of fact, even regular Zygarde was able to find success in previous VGC formats like 2019 Sun Series, where it would pair itself with Tapu Fini and run a Misty Seed to get as bulky as possible and receive occasional healing off of Heal Pulse to thread the needle and get to 50% HP and enter its complete form. And I'd argue that one of the best Pokemon to assist Zygarde in getting to its complete form so it can Mega Evolve is probably Clefairy. Not only does Eviolite Clefairy have access to Redirection and Heal Pulse, but it's even got the ability Friend Guard, which cuts the damage allies take by 25%, making it more realistic for Zygarde to Mega Evolve. Even Grimmsnarl would be a solid pick, as dual screens would allow for it to cut the damage partner Zygarde takes to get to its complete form, and then in the following turns, Grimmsnarl can Thunderwave opponents to allow Zygarde to more easily outspeed them and one-shot them. I'd argue that it's pretty realistic that Mega Zygarde teams can work in competitive Pokemon and be consistent. It's just going to take the right players to make the right team to allow Mega Zygarde to succeed. And if this happens, the real question is, how do we deal with it? Undoubtedly, Tapu Fini would be the meta pick to deal with Mega Zygarde. Not only does it have the bulk to tank a Nihilite, but it's also got the ability to set up Misty Terrain, which means that it cuts the damage from all Dragon-type moves, including Nihilite, in half on any grounded Pokemon. Unfortunately, this can be dealt with simply by having Zygarde players run Rillaboom on their teams. Oh boy, passive recovery, overriding Misty Terrain, and a button that one-shots Tapu Fini? Yeah, that's a pretty easy call. And in regards to Zygarde having to click special moves until it finally gets to its complete form and Mega Evolves, that isn't entirely true. You could probably get away with running a moveset like Protect, Core Enforcer, Earth Power, and 1000 Arrows, because 1000 Arrows actually hits fairly hard even without investment, since Zygarde does have an okay physical attack stat, and since you probably don't need to invest in that special attack stat at all, there's not really a downside to running it. So is this it? Is Mega Zygarde the pinnacle of Pokemon power creep? Probably not. When Mega Rayquaza came out, we thought that that was as strong as Pokemon could get. Then Zacian Crown came out, and we thought, surely, Pokemon can't get any stronger than this. And then Miraidon dropped, and we figured, okay, now we're done, right? And now we're dealing with a Pokemon that has 2 stats over 200 and a 200 base power move. The fact of the matter is, as long as new Pokemon get released, we're gonna have more and more power creep. It's only a matter of time before we have the "nuh-uh, you lose" button. Well, I mean, we kind of already do with this Pokemon. But what do you think about Mega Zygarde? Is it busted, or are people overhyping it? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It means the world to me. If you want to support me further, you can check out my Patreon page or become a YouTube channel member by clicking the join button below the video. This gets you sneak peeks at future videos, access to bonus content, and access to my supporter-only Discord server where you can hang out and team build with other community members. We even run tournaments in there every week. You also see your name at the end of all my videos like all these lovely people. Special thanks to my most boosted supporters, Avatar67 and Club, for their generous pledges. Another way to support me is to check out all the videos in this playlist on screen right now. I know you'll find something in there that you'll enjoy. I also have a second channel where I talk about the current VGC metagame trends, and a Twitch channel where I stream, both of which are in the description, or you can just tune in my YouTube live streams Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. CST. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.